Hello Facebook, it's Reid Mihalko from ReidAboutSex.com, creator of Sex Geek Summer Camp, and I am here with Courtney King.
Hi.
And Courtney was asking me questions about why I'm doing Facebook Live, and I was like, Courtney, we can do a Facebook Live talking about why I do Facebook Live, and that will fulfill my need for being meta, which is teaching what you're teaching while you're teaching it.
I appreciate meta.
Yeah. And I forgot my glasses, so if you're like, why does Reid look weird? I look weird, and I don't have my glasses. But you have your glasses.
Yeah.
And you're way cooler than me, and it's going to be noisy, so we're going to speak up.
Okay.
Who are you, and tell these listeners.
Hi everybody, my name is Courtney King, and I run Seeking Solutions. Mm-hmm. I do organizing and productivity consulting and life coaching.
And you helped me with organizing.
And I help organize Reid.
the Sex 10X deep dive retreat that we did. You were instrumental in making sure that went off smoothly.
That's what I do. I make things go smoothly.
So technically, you're not a sex educator, but you walk in our realms, and you help us. You help Dixie from Bawdy Storytelling.
Yes, I'm the timekeeper for Bawdy Storytelling too. I'm the one with the applause sign and like telling you to get off stage.
Yeah.
Again, organizing.
So you have questions for me about Facebook Live.
Yes.
And then let's talk about them. Ask me questions. Interview me.
Right. Interview.
And then as people are watching, let us know where you're watching from.
Oh, that would also be good.
Now you also pay attention to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Oh.
While I'm doing it.
Is there going to be a quiz?
Well, no, but I'm asking folks as they chime in, as they sign on to say hi and where they're saying hi from.
Okay.
Mostly because I'm curious. But I'm also trying to get people to engage and comment, which is interesting for folks. But then when you train your audience or invite them to comment, and that's kind of the habit, then you're also kind of training your audience how you want to engage with them, and then hopefully thinking about it, doing it in ways where they feel safe, they feel like a community. They're more apt to ask questions and engage further, because you really want to have these conversations be conversations with people.
Absolutely.
So, all right, so now back to your interview.
The interview. Well, do you do a video every day? I see you posting a lot of them.
Yeah. I made a commitment in January to go for trying on a video every day, but mostly because I wanted a way to engage with my audience, because I'm horrible about scheduling emails. And you know, most people these days, they don't want any more emails in their inbox.
Right.
And so for me it was, how can I be in everybody's lives and in front of them and share my advice in a way that wasn't occurring to folks as
email in the inbox?
Super invasive.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And so for me,
a good point.
When I thought about that, I was like, well, Facebook just started doing Facebook Live. So that was getting a lot of attention. And Facebook itself was making sure that those videos got shared a lot, because they were testing out a bunch of stuff.
Right.
I like video. Like, one of the things we talk about at Sex Geek Summer Camp is like, what's your preferred teaching style? And so for me, my preferred teaching style is in front of people or in front of the camera. Okay. So it's easy for me to turn on my camera and just, hi guys. It's easy for me to turn on my camera and just prattle on. Okay. So that's easy for me, whereas somebody else, it might be easier to do like a podcast or to write a blog post.
And that's where I was noticing the difference when I made my first couple of videos. Was like, this is amazing because I can just spit everything out without having to sit down and edit or write anything. It was much more freeform, way more relaxed. And there's no right or wrong. I'm not better than somebody else because I can do video and somebody else does blog posts. Yeah. What's evolved is for you to figure out what's your preferred teaching style and what's easiest for you, so that you can get your advice out into the public in ways that are actually helping people. Okay. So if I built my entire business around blog posts, I would struggle all the time. I would kick my own ass and just tell myself I'm a bad person because I can't post a blog post. Yeah. And then if my entire business was
balanced on my getting blog posts out on a regular basis or my getting emails out on a regular basis, I would not have a thriving business.
Okay.
Now, I still need to send emails. Like, that doesn't stop, but I think the advice for educators or other business owners, right? Because
Yeah.
you own a different business,
Yeah.
but you're still helping people solve problems in their organizational life.
That's true.
Which is the same kind of principles, like a small business approach to how do you help people and then invite them to pay you money for helping them further.
Yes.
Right? So what we talk about at camp is what we say is ABE, which stands for Always Be Educating. We have a little picture of Abraham Lincoln. But like I'm always educating people for free. These Facebook Live videos are those.
Yeah.
And then I have structures to invite people to either, download a handout, or, sign up for a free video course, or, pay me money to come to camp.
Okay.
Pay me money for a 6-week online course. And so when people get to know me through these videos, and I actually do help them for free, then if there is a product that is a good fit for them, then they might buy it because it helps. I've already helped them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I had a question about the time sensitivity on this.
Okay.
So, you do these videos, people comment on them. Hello, everybody. But
hit some emoticons for Courtney and make it rain. Make it rain hearts and thumbs and smiley faces.
But when you upload them to YouTube, yes?
I will download these from my phone.
Right.
See, look, there go the emoticons. See how much they love you?
Yay!
So I'll download this from my phone, and then I will upload it onto YouTube.
Okay.
So, but again, like I also am doing YouTube videos all the time.
That's where I'm like, do the two not necessarily clash, but because you're talking to people directly on Facebook, does that mean that when those videos get put on YouTube, they kind of have a expiration date almost? Like they don't quite fit?
There might be ones there that are evergreen, like I can be talking about, like this video is just good advice for business owners about using video.
Right.
So this is kind of evergreen, but if I had a video course or a video retreat weekend, or even camp, like Sex Geek Summer Camp's coming up in 22 days, 21 days. So at a certain point, somebody's watching this video for the information, but the offer or the invite has expired.
Okay.
So the business piece there is, if you go to readaboutsexx.com/camp, FAQ, that link, that's an evergreen link.
Because it's always going to have information.
It's always going to point to the next camp. So when camp actually happens, I will change the link. I won't change the link, but I'll point the link at Camp 2018.
For next year. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or it'll be a page that says, information for Camp 2018 coming soon.
Yeah.
And then my job is to stay on top of it enough to make sure that my links and my pages are current. Does that help?
Yes, that does help immensely.
So you can have offers that aren't evergreen, but you can design links and strategies to keep things current.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
So you might have like a 3-day or a weekend or a 2-hour or a 4-hour, feng shui or whatever life. And that's happening, next month.
Next time, yeah.
But then the link that you say on your video is always going to be the link for whatever that content is, and when the next time you're going to run it.
Okay, so that is where I was stumped.
Yeah.
Because I'm totally doing a little class. It's bring a box. We're going to go through it together as a group, because a lot of people always have that one box of crap. But we're going to look at this positively.
Okay.
There's just one that really annoys you. There might be 5.
Okay.
15. But just the one.
Okay.
And I mentioned it in the last video I did. but then was like, wait, how do I keep this so that it doesn't get stale?
Yeah. So the way that I would do it is, let's see, we're gonna cross the street. Yeah, just don't get hit. Look both ways, everyone. So the way that I would do it is, so here, I just was on a podcast talking about my casual sex protocols. So that the email, where to go to sign up to download the checklist is just, readaboutsex.com/protocols. It's always going to be there. So what you could do for your, whatever you call that course, what do you call it?
What do I call it? It's just the Bring a Box.
Okay, so, and what's your website?
ckingssolutions.com.
Okay, so like, and for those of you watching, like, this is, like, I would apply this same thinking, right? So ckingssolutions.com/bring a box.
And it's just that.
And it's just that URL. And then if your website's on WordPress, there's a plugin called Redirection, and thank you Rick Wilkes and Kathy Martulli for that plugin, because they recommended it to me. You install that plugin into your WordPress, and then that will allow you to create redirect links that point at whatever you want them to point at.
Okay.
So you could have, ckingssolutions.com/bring a box, and it points to the Eventbrite ticket page.
Right.
And then when that event is over, you just make it point to your WordPress post
about it
on why people struggle with that one box that always has stuff.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
that helps a lot.
So then when you have an event coming up, you can use the same link but point it to Eventbrite while Eventbrite is needed, or you can have it always point to that post, and then whatever.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
That's huge.
Sorry it's so loud, but there's
trucks.
There's trucks. That's where it's coming from. So any other questions while we wrap it up? Because we'll keep this video fairly short.
All right. Are there any other questions? Do you script your videos? No. This is not scripted at all.
Mostly for me, and this is just me. I'll sit down for 5 minutes before I do my video, and I'll just figure out what I want to talk about today.
Okay.
Because for me, I don't really have a game plan other than like camp is happening, so it's good to talk about camp.
Okay.
But either I've gotten an email the day before, or somebody asked me a question, or I'm just thinking about something, or I had a conversation with a friend about a thing, and then I'm like, oh, well, that's what I'm going to talk about today.
Okay.
Now, if I was, like, in the next couple of months, I've got a 3-day event happening in Southern California on relationship skill sets.
Yes.
So I will start promoting that and be a little bit more thoughtful about the topics, because I'm aiming
on the lead up to that.
I'm aiming to lead up to that event, right?
Okay.
So you could be scripting it out a little bit more, but that's just to make things make more sense and to educate people on why they might want to come to the event.
Okay.
So for you around the boxes, bring a box, you might have a couple of videos about that topic and helping people with it. And then you invite them that if they can come, to actually show up in person and actually bring a box.
Bring a box. We will go through it. That's the whole point.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then if you videoed that workshop, then you could sell the workshop for people who could never get to Oakland or San Francisco.
Okay.
Does it make any sense?
It does. It's making sense.
Yeah. So that's how you start to kind of map it out. And again, like, this is all stuff that we talk about at summer camp for sex educators, but this is all
it's all relevant.
It's all business advice for people who help people solve problems.
Yes.
All right?
All right.
So where can they find you again?
ckingssolutions.com.
The letter C, and then King.
King. That's my name, Courtney King.
Solutions.com.
All one word.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Thank you, Reid.
You're welcome, Courtney. Hit some emoticons on the way out. Make Courtney feel loved. Leave some comments, and then we'll check comments when we get back inside. Or later today.
Later.
Or after we work through whatever our boxes are filled with. Bye.